With that, let's move on. We have Deven Choksey of DRChoksey Finserv joining us now. Deven, the one common thread that we've gotten from all the consumer company updates so far is that metros are still not out of the woods, whereas there is a bit of a boom in Tier 2, Tier 3 and beyond. Would you bet on value retailers that cater to that area right now over and above consumer staples? Or would you, stay away from consumption?
Yeah, Mangalam, good morning. Well, not staying away from consumption for sure, because I think this is the time when probably we are likely to see the growth happening in the economy because of the higher disposable surplus. Yes, you are right. I think compared to metro, the smaller towns definitely are seeing the larger amount of growth because the availability of funds or the surplus in the hands, I think, is relatively higher, including one which is seen also from the collections of the SIPs from the Tier 2, Tier 3 towns. So obviously, higher amount of spending money, higher amount of saving money, both are available in the Tier 2, Tier 3 places. Remain confident about that particular proposition. However, I think the valuation matters. Today in the market, when we are seeing the oversupply of papers, at the same time, I think that people are more interested in flipping based on the IPOs that they are applying for. I think that the higher valuations are going to come in the way. And if my reading is right, probably I think you are going to see a larger amount of drag as far as the high value stocks are concerned, even though the fundamentals may not be bad. Till yesterday, I think these companies have been getting higher valuations. Today, they might probably see the resistance in getting the higher valuations. So I think I would be mindful about paying the value, the premium valuation to the companies.
Okay. Deven, hi. Welcome to the show. Morning. Well, just talking about consumption, what do you think of Titan as well as Godrej Consumers Q2 updates?
Yeah, good morning. Well, I think overall the update remains, satisfactory, if I would say that way. However, again, I think the same situation, whether I think you want to buy at this valuation. They have been premium valuation, particularly Titan always remain, I think, a premium valuation company. And that limits the upside or the headroom, as we call it, as I think, for the investors. So to my mind, I think one will have to wait before buying a good quality business. If one gets at a quality valuation or rather bargain valuation, that would be, I think, more appropriate to buy into this company.
All right. What about Anandraj, Deven? I'm not sure whether you tracked that one. They're looking to raise some money, close to around 1,000 crores from the markets. The stock has had a big run. And there's a lot of talk with regard to the data center play. Any view on this name?
No, Nigel, I haven't, I think, looked into detail, though I do understand, I think, the data center play. But frankly, I think I haven't looked into the business proposition on their side.
Okay. All right. No worries. What about real estate then on the whole? We have Keystone, that's Rustomji, that came out with their update. Lodar as well came out with their update. And, we have interest rates that are falling here in India because of the RBI rate cuts. And, the hope is that the demand continues. What's your view?
So we remain selectively bullish about the prospects going forward for real estate. As you rightly mentioned, the cost of fund is coming down, which is helping. At the same time, I think higher amount of funds in the hands of individuals, basically, I think, because of the tax saving, again resulting into the mass housing buying activity in a systematic manner. So this is one space where probably we are likely to see the continued growth. Seven, except in some pocket, I think you will see the oversupply situation in the interim period. And that's where I think you might see some impact as far as the results are concerned. But if one has to look at real estate a little bit more systematically and minutely, I think the luxury and the ultra-luxury segment is possibly likely to see a higher amount of growth because over there the supply is relatively less. And at the same time, I think because of the higher amount of wealth generating proposition in the hands of family offices and individuals, you are probably going to see the larger amount of demand scenario for ultra and super ultra real estate properties. So we are basically more confident in that particular space vis-a-vis the mass housing and the premium housing space in the real estate.
Okay, well, you did mention the word luxury, Deven, so I'm going to catch on to that and ask you about Tata Motors. The stock hasn't done too much this year. It's down around 5 to 6% year to date. What's your sense in terms of what they announced? Obviously, this month they were impacted by, one-offs with regards to their sales figures. But what's your approach on the stock?
I think the worst is in the price as far as the company is concerned. They're taking all strategically right decisions, demerging the commercial vehicle business from passenger vehicle business. JLR, of course, got impacted for the reason we know about. But to me, I think these are all some of the phases I think which will come and go. Fundamentals are not taken away by the strength I think that they have created. In my viewpoint, I think they have actually operationally strengthened themselves very significantly, both in commercial vehicle as well as in passenger vehicle. And given the kind of demand scenario that we are seeing, particularly for commercial vehicle now, I would like to think that the demerged company, Tata Motors, will relatively look much better going forward. So remain confident about the prospects going forward. Selective buy at a lower level is definitely a good strategy to follow in the future.
Okay, all right. That's on Tata Motors, Deven. But, there was another stock which I actually wanted to ask you about was Ixigo. Do you look at that? They're looking to probably get an investor on board. What's your sense on that particular one?
Not seen it at this company, honestly, so refrain from putting any comments.
All right, Deven, Vedanta, that's a stock that's going to be in focus, and I think you've been bullish on it. And, the stock in the last 1 year, it'll appear that it's up only around 4-5% approximately. However, there's been a dividend of close to around 40 rupees. So put that together, actually, the stock has outperformed. Now, today, there's that crucial demerger hearing. And if it gets a green signal, probably there'll be some more value creation. What's your view on the stock? Given the kind of, we have seen what the promoter has done over the last few years, and that's what makes, investors a little bit cautious. But otherwise, it appears valuations are okay. If there's going to be a melt-up in metals as well, the company stands to gain. And the demerger as well could be an additional fillip. Your view?
Absolutely, Nigel. I think this is where probably this company is taking corrective steps. Demerger is the way to go. I think the commodity, particularly metal commodities, ferrous as well as non-ferrous white metal, it's good. I think the scenario is looking upbeat and buoyant. In my viewpoint, I think you look at copper, you look at zinc, you look at silver. I believe that I think each of these commodities are showing relatively very, very strong signs of growth. And that's where I believe that I think this demerger will probably give better valuation to these companies. We remain bullish on the prospects going forward. So certainly, I think the demerger is the way to look at. Once it is getting implemented, where probably 26-27 financial year would be the better year for the entire companies which are demerged from this particular company. Vedanta.
All right, Deven, thank you so much for joining in and giving us your views on a whole host of stocks. Wish you a good day ahead.